But I want to again emphasise that this was not an anti-intellectual property vote. This was a vote against the contents of ACTA. The group that I represent, and the other groups can speak for themselves, believes that Europe does have to protect its intellectual property in the global stage, but we felt that ACTA was too vague a document, left many questions unanswered. Again, you've heard the arguments, but about the role that internet service providers may or may not have to play in terms of policing the internet, the definition of commercial usage, which indeed there was no definition of commercial usage in ACTA. All it referred to was commercial usage without defining it. Many of us felt that the sanctions that ACTA contained for breaches of copyright were disproportionate, and we had other concerns about the vagueness of the document. Contrary to this, I guess. I see today's vote in the Trade Committee as very much echoing what the Socialist Group in the European Parliament has been saying for some time now on ACTA, that intellectual property needs to be defended, but in defending intellectual property you have to be proportionate in terms of how you treat civilians, civil society, and how you deal with civil liberties. And we've said right from the beginning of ACTA as a socialist group that we didn't think ACTA defended civil liberties, and what's clear today is the Parliament as a whole is coming around to that point of view. A general assessment is that if you want good law, you pass that law as openly and transparently as possible. You engage with citizens in terms of what you're proposing. You get criticism through the negotiating process rather than wait till the end and then find that people simply cannot accept what you've negotiated. In terms of the institutional architecture, actually it shows that the Lisbon Treaty was rather wise, because the Lisbon Treaty says that trade negotiations have to be reported on a regular basis to the Trade Committee of the European Parliament. And I'm convinced if that had happened with ACTA, some of the weaker clauses and the dangerous clauses in ACTA would quite possibly would not have been signed up for, would have been eliminated from ACTA at an earlier stage, and there would have been a chance that ACTA might have been passed by the European Parliament. But because it was all done behind closed doors, because the Parliament took so long to find out what was happening, by the time we actually saw and I wasn't initially against something akin to ACTA, but when we finally saw the text of ACTA, we realised it was just unacceptable. And I would say the Commission should trust Parliament a little bit more than it appears to at the moment.
Complex issue, and I hope that with this vote we have a chance.
You want a picture first? Okay, we'll do a picture first, and then I will talk. In this format.
Everybody, please. Here.
When it comes to a conflict between commercial rights and human rights, the European Parliament has a clear choice. They should stand on the side of citizens and on the sides of the fundamental values that are the core of the European Union. And that is why, within the last few weeks, a massive 2.4 million people have signed the petition calling on this Parliament to take a stand and ensure that our fundamental rights of freedom on the internet, freedom of expression, are not compromised by this clumsily drawn up international agreement.